All right, it's another gorgeous, beautiful day here in Toronto. And what I want to talk about today, my fellow Deadheads, is Southern Tour 88. And what a tour that was. I had plans to hook up with my friends down in Florida. Nobody that I knew from Toronto was going on that tour. So I tried to psych myself. I tried to get like as much energy as I possibly could. I think I had a nap or something. I knew I was supposed to leave at a certain time, and I woke up around midnight and I had a false start. I didn't have the energy. I had to go back home. I crashed, and I did it again the next day. And I know that the drive down to Florida, to Miami, where the first show was, at the arena, is about 24 hours. 88, I was 20. I guess tip-top form as far as energy goes. So I get in my car for the second try, and I'm around Pittsburgh, just past Pittsburgh. I had driven for 6 hours, and I was crashed. I found a cement factory, and I parked in their parking lot, and I had the kind of car at the time where you could pop out the back seat for like skis and whatnot, you know. So I had my head in the trunk and my feet in the back seat, and I crashed, and I woke up, and I did the rest of the drive straight. I didn't stop anymore. It was only like, what, another 18 or 17 hours. So I get to Miami. I check into a hotel. This cat that I know called Greg Wilson in Chicago sends me a bunch of stickers. I had to make some money on 88 tour. I usually didn't go out of my way to make money on tour, but this tour I was a bit broke. Remember, I sold a guy, I sold him a whole whack of CDs before I went out because I didn't have money. I was pretty broke. Okay, make it to Miami, get my stickers, chill out for a few minutes, and I drive to the arena. I don't know, maybe I took a cab out there. And I hook up with Aaron and whoever he was with, and we're chilling out, and I smoked some pot for the first time in like, I don't know, I guess 26 hours. I got so high. Way hey. And I had to sit down. I sat down on the curb, and we were chilling and visiting in the scene, and I hung out for a while, realizing that that was the beginning of tour. I knew I didn't have to stay there for very long. I hung out with my friends a little bit. I went back to the beach where I was staying, you know. I like the beach. I like the smell of the beach. I like the sound of the beach. It's beautiful. The ocean is just one of the most amazing things. And I love how the word ocean sounds just like the ocean. Hey, fall colors everywhere. So first show, Miami, inside the arena. Packed, good show, high energy, very nice. I think there were 2 shows in Miami. And then me and Aaron, and I'm not sure who else was with us at that particular time. They're in front of my house now. Here we are in front of my house again. Is this gonna be like a weekly occurrence where we talk about 64 Peru Avenue? Hey, I used to live...
Yeah. I lived here until I was 8 years old. My family's Rosner, R-O-S-N-E-R. We sold the house to this lady in 1978. I'm gonna stop, actually, we're gonna let it go. Ma'am!
You look for Spike Asks on YouTube. Send me a message. Or Spike Asks on Facebook. or on Twitter or on Instagram. Nice to meet you. God bless you. Have a nice day. Anyhow, that's interesting. I haven't seen that lady maybe in my life. So yeah, the next show was St. Petersburg. It was a small place for like 5,000 people. That was it. It was beautiful. It was a really nice new little place. I remember the show being really, really spectacular. I'd have to look at the set list and whatnot to refresh my memory. I don't remember it that well. Let's be very honest. At that point, me and Aaron had engulfed a guy called Steve from Monterey. And at least that's where he lived with his grandfather. So the three of us, we head to New Orleans. We're like, a bit late. We didn't have that much time to mess about down there. So we went to the show. I remember the show, again, being really good. And we messed about on Bourbon Street after. We each had a drink and hung out a little bit. Went back to our hotel room at one point or another with a bunch of people. This girl, Natalie, was with us. I think she took a ride from St. Pete's to New Orleans. It's vague. I never kept journals. I never wrote anything down. I've got tickets. I've got memories. And so the next stop after that was Dallas and Houston. I remember the shows there being fine. I remember not hanging out in Texas very much. I remember whatever state is west of New Orleans, we had seen Easy Rider enough times to know that three freak guys looking like they just stepped out of 1968 should just keep going. So we put enough gas in the car to get us through. And we just persevered. We pushed on through. We kept going. Yeah, red, white, and blue. We like our lives. We don't want to be killed. Oh, I don't want to get heavy with you. No, sir, I don't. We'll let the pedestrians go by, and I will continue talking. So, long story, eh? It's getting on here. We're almost at that magic 9. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Dallas, Houston. We wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. So we hit it. We went to the Grand Canyon. And Steve, for some reason, who ended up getting the nickname on that tour, Motionless Steve, you'd be ready in the morning, you'd had your breakfast, you'd been up for a while, your bags were packed, they were at the door or in the car, and Steve would be curled up in his sleeping bag with his eyes shut. You couldn't even see him. He was like, reminded me of that character on South Park, but this predated South Park. Ooh, inside like a cocoon. And we'd say, Steve, you gotta get up, buddy. We're going. Well, how long do I have? Steve, we gotta go now. It's checkout time. We got a show to get to, man. Wake up. And he'd get up, and the next thing you know, you'd be in the car on the way to the next show. It always worked out that way. It was just down to the wire all the time. It's okay. He never messed us up once. So we're at the Grand Canyon, and Steve doesn't want to go down there. He's getting a bad vibe. It's getting dark. Aaron and I walk down for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. We go down and we're enjoying it. And when we get back up, Steve had been adopted by a family from somewhere, and they took him for dinner, and they fed him, and they hung out with him, and they really liked our friend Motionless Steve. Who didn't? He was a very good guy, and he looked fantastic in tweed with the patches on the elbows. Everybody knows Motionless Steve. Okay, We deal with the Arizona thing. We get back in my car. Aaron's got a cousin in the LA area. We're going to stay at their place that night because we're going to go up to San Francisco, but we're going to stop off in Monterey, and we're going to go to Pigpen's gravesite and burn and chill and meditate and whatnot. So we're in LA, we go to a restaurant and we grab a pizza, a huge pizza, and a huge thing of pasta and garlic bread and drinks. And you know how cheap food is in America. I think anyway, there was so much food that the three of us, even though we were so hungry, we probably hadn't eaten since Arizona, and we couldn't finish the food. No word of a lie. A mountain of pasta, a table-sized pizza, bottomless sodas, a garlic bread so long that you'd swear it was fashioned after, I don't know, a giraffe. It was really nice. I enjoyed meeting Aaron's family, and the three of us were getting along so well. It was really good. And we're going back up north a little bit. We're on the 101. We go to Monterey, and we pay our homage to Pigpen, and we drop off Steve at his grandfather's house, and he says, we'll see you guys in San Francisco. And Aaron and I continued, and we hooked up with more friends. And it was Jerry. It was Jerry on Halloween at the Kaiser, if I'm not mistaken. And Jerry obviously played a great show, always did. I mean, well, I sing the praises of Jerry Garcia. I love Jerry. If you're a Deadhead, you love Jerry. And so it was great. Werewolves of London, good times. The best times on tour with the Grateful Dead. Wind blowing, sun shining, the southern United States and the Southwest and California in the month of October. It was really wonderful. The best time. Okay. Well, maybe talk a tiny little bit about what I did after that. I was on my own, and everybody had split up. I don't know where anybody went at that point. I want to go up to Vancouver. I got to make it back to Toronto eventually. I'm in no hurry. I got all the time in the world. Add a few bucks to my pocket and I would have been styling. I think at one point I remember I was living off of my gas credit card. So I could put gas in my car and get some snacks and some water. And I remember getting a map. And at one point, this is a little bit later, but on my way back to Toronto, I remember I grabbed a Patsy Cline disc, tape, and also the new Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young album, the one that had the American Dream tune on it. And I listened to those two tapes a lot. Patsy Cline's really good to listen to when you're on the road. It's good road music. Okay. I had a friend who was staying at UBC. He was living there, and I crashed with him at his place for a couple of days. And then I hooked up with these really neat, earthy people, and I hung out with them for a bit. And I was in BC for about 10 days or 12 days or 8 days. It was really great. I could swear, when I drove through the border, I could swear that it was an old log cabin, and it was like RCMP that greeted me, and they just smiled and said, basically, welcome back home, man, go ahead. Oh yeah, how was tour? Hoo-ha. So I'm in BC, and it's time to go. Again, I had the best time. It was a very enriching experience. The trip back to Toronto. Let's see about that. First stop for me was Banff. When you're in good spirits, when you're feeling good, you've got really good magnetism, and good people will come to you. They'll gravitate towards you. You will gravitate towards them. I hung out with good people. I remember we were burning oil on top of ash in a little tiny pipa. And these guys were really into hot tubs. I can't remember if we were in the hot tub burning or if we had just talked about it. Anyway, I wasn't there for very long. At that point, I kind of wanted to make it back a little bit more home. I'd started to already say, you know what? There isn't really much for me between Vancouver and Toronto. And I remember I stopped in Moose Jaw and I watched Roseanne on TV, and I went to Pizza Hut or something. I don't know. Maybe I found money between the seat of my car or on the floor or something. I don't know how I could afford to buy that pizza, but I did. It was a great pizza. I passed out watching TV, and I woke up the next morning and hit the road. The next stop was Winnipeg. I drove a long way. I picked up a couple hitchhikers, and they were cool, and they gave me some dubs. They might have even given me some money. I'm not sure. Maybe for gas. They were going to somebody's wedding, and I was their wheels. I drove them where they needed to go. And okay, I'm in Winnipeg. My sister married a guy from Winnipeg, and I wanted to meet his family. So I went to their house, and I stayed there, I think, one night. I slept on an old waterbed in the basement. They took me to a restaurant. The guy wouldn't tell me what they cooked their French fries in. Apparently it's a big secret. I like French fries, and I'll pretty much eat them any chance I get. I think I've had them 2 or 3 times since the pandemic started about 8 months ago. I've been cooking almost all of my meals at home. I've had, I think, 3 pizzas, 3 or 4 falafels, and 1 Indian dinner in the last like 8 or 9 months, or 1,000 years, however long it's been. Okay, I'm in Winnipeg. I have a good time. It's time to go. And I make it from Winnipeg to Thunder Bay. And I go to a little motel, really cheap motel. And again, I hooked up with these guys who like to party and hung out with them. And they told me that the room I was staying in, somebody got murdered in there. I did feel the vibe a little bit off. Couldn't really explain it. But anyway, I'm getting red. It's time for me to put on this hat. It's a Spike Love hat. And I'm wearing my NDP t-shirt. I like them in Ontario. I like the NDP. They should be the provincial government. My prediction is that they will. The next election, the NDP will win Ontario. Thunder Bay, not there for very long, overnight. And I got to get out. At this point, it's December. It's getting cold, it's getting snowy, and I want to get back home. So I drove, and I drove until I couldn't drove no more. I went into this restaurant to get a cup of coffee. The people in there looked like they had never seen a freak before in their lives. Must have been like I don't know where exactly, somewhere between Toronto and Thunder Bay. And I crashed in my car, and I woke up and I did the rest of the drive. There's another story that's a bit of information for you from Southern Tour, 1988. No matter where I go, no matter how long I'm away for, I'm always very ecstatic. I am beside myself to come back home. I love Canada. Canada's my home. I never want to live permanently anywhere else. Who doesn't want to winter in the Caribbean or the South Pacific? Everybody does. If they could, they would. You know, like Lou Reed said, man, some people want to go out dancing and some people got to go to work. All right, see you next time. The next one's going to be about Bob Dylan. And have a great weekend. Although this is going to be released on Tuesday, as I release all my shows on Tuesday. I'm going to go pick up some fruits and vegetables. You want to come with me? Let me show you what it's like to cross Bathurst Street. I got to put on my mask. I'm going to throw my scarf in my car and put on my mask, or masks. I'm going to put on 2 of them. When I'm around people, I like to wear 2 masks. One is not enough. Better be safe than sorry. We're talking about a big, big airborne virus. And I don't want to be an ass. I don't want to give anybody a problem. And I don't want nobody giving me no problems either. 'Cause I want to be like Peter. I don't want to be like Judas. Judas would have gotten COVID virus, and he probably would have gone around and given it to tons of people. I would have given it to the Romans. I would have laid all the Romans down. I'd say, you know what? I can make a sacrifice. I can get COVID virus and then just walk into their little area and give them all COVID. Here's Bathurst. I'm going to cross this street very easily. Oh, a nice break. We're going to go into the fruit market. This is where I like to get my fruits and vegetables. Let's see how the people are today. Hello, dear. Hello. How you doing, man? Hi, Lily.
Hey, how are you?
That's Lily. She's who I buy my fruits and say hi, Lily. We're eating on Bathurst Street. Carlos. Yeah. Let's get a few things for me, Lily. Do you have a minute to help me?
Okay.
I love fruits and vegetables. It's going to be a small buy today. Okay, thank you. Let's do 6 limes.
6 limes.
Limes are the best. I like to squeeze it into my water in the morning. I like to squeeze it into my beer in the morning, afternoon, and night. You can't get enough vitamin C. I got that information from Dr. Hunter S. Thompson.
And
Let's do a couple of avocados. If you have one for now, perfect.
yeah, ready?
Ready? That one's ready?
Yeah, you can touch.
No, I don't want to touch it. What about that one's more ready?
This also.
Okay, give me the one that's a little more brown. I'll take both of those.
So,
That's fine.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
Yes, dear.
And
Let's do a bunch of bananas, the organic bananas.
I like that cover.
Okay. When it's possible to have organic, have organic.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Organic egg?
no, I don't need eggs. I bought eggs once in the beginning of the pandemic. Oh my gosh, I could only eat like 2 eggs. I threw them away. Could I get 3 green apples, please? I don't need tomatoes, garlic, or onions, but I do need a couple of those yellow peppers. I'll take 3 of the green peppers, sure. Yeah. Yes.
And
Could I please get 3 of the yellow peppers, Lily? This is amazing. So you guys got like the thing about Southern Tour 88, and now we're buying fruits and vegetables. Isn't that great? So like I got most stuff. I'm hoping that the vegetables that I bought from you last time are still good. I don't need them. Could I please get 3 really nice sweet potatoes?
You want a white
What's
or you
the
want a
difference?
orange?
What's the
It's a
difference?
white side,
And that's orange.
orange inside.
3 orange ones. The ones that are long, please. The long ones.
Like that?
Or bigger. I ate one yesterday. I ate
Like that?
not so big. Just do your best, Lily. Don't let me bother you too much. Perfect. Perfect. And we're gonna get some root vegetables because the root vegetables are amazingly healthy. I got,
You want the same size or no?
sure, I got one of those the other day and I cooked it. I cut it in 4.
This one are organic. This is more sweeter.
I want,
This is more sweeter.
are you gonna get them continuously, Lily?
No, this one's only two, maybe 1 or 2.
How long will that last me for if I take it home and keep it out of the fridge?
Keep in the fridge. I think maybe.
No, outside of the fridge. I don't put
know
this in the fridge.
how warm your home.
I kept her for like 2 weeks. Let me get 2 of those.
Let me find the firm one.
Big one, nice big, beautiful.
This one I see have something here. But I'm not sure the inside.
No, I don't want it.
That's why I pick.
Are those purple potatoes?
Yeah.
They're from Mexico?
Where they from? Carlos? Okay.
Carlos, where do the purple potatoes come from?
California.
California, eh?
Okay.
No, I only have
Okay, no problem.
only have this one or this one.
Fine. Okay.
And purple potatoes.
See, I don't really know what these things are so much. I don't know what all of them are. I've eaten all of them, but I can't really identify them so well.
Okay, usually people call that this one and this one. This is organic, but not usually come.
Sure, but what's
And
the difference?
This one is a buttercup. It's very
Butter.
sweet.
Very
Buttercup.
sweet. Buttercup.
Yes.
And what about that green one?
The
Squash.
Acorn, also acorn.
Acorn, and this one?
This I don't know how to call it. I don't know how to say.
Jacama. Fresh
No,
Jacama.
this lamb. Jacama, this one.
It's okay.
This one.
For now, I'm going to be okay.
And
And you know what I want? Let me get one of those coconuts.
coconut.
A nice coconut. I'm going to try to make coconut chutney. I'm going to grind it up, and I'm going to make some onion pakora at home. I think I have all the things to make onion pakora.
Okay.
So you know what I need? You know what I need actually? Let me grab a nice, at least one nice big white onion. At least one like that.
This is a Spanish onion.
That's fine. I'll take a nice big one. That's what I'm going to use to make my onion pakora. I can be such a demanding, testy vlogger, such a crazy YouTuber. And I'll do this everywhere I go if I can. I really will. I wish that they had organic corn. I can't eat this corn because it's genetically modified. I don't like GMO. No GMO. No, no, no. No GMO. Here's the basil. ¿Dónde están los basil? Basil, los basil. Fresh asparagus. What else should we get? Oh, we need some blueberries. We'll get some blueberries. And I think that'll be about it for today. Lily, I need some blueberries.
Oh, okay. Organic?
Yeah, always.
Are you at? Okay, yeah, so if you could charge me the $92.15, please.
2.
Okay, and?
That's gonna be, I think that's pretty much towards the end of what, green mango. I'll get it. Or you can get it.
Have a really nice weekend. I appreciate it.
It's very cool to be in a store for a change. It feels nice to be amongst the people. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
You prefer the yellow one or you prefer this one?
Oh, I make a curry out of it. So I need a hard green one.
Very hot.
Like that one.
It's
Perfect.
not enough. Not hot enough.
No, it's fine. Don't worry.
Like that.
Whatever you got.
Yeah. You want a hot. Hot. Hot.
Just one, right?
Oh,
Don't
it's a
worry.
three.
Doesn't have to be perfect, Lily. If it's green
How
and
many?
just one.
Oh,
If it's
just
green
one.
and fairly hard, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you very
And
much. I'm going to
apple?
give a quick scan here. We already got 3 apples. We got my bananas, my avocados, we got my peppers. I like to take the peppers and put stuff in there and throw them in the oven and cook them like
And
that.
garlic. You got it?
I got a lot of garlic.
And okay, done.
I think so. You know what I usually buy.
Cookie. How many cookies? Now I have. I just bought it.
Well, we'll save some for other people. You guys ever eat these? Do you know that company? Are they good? Okay, Lily, you know what? I'm going to take 5.
Right. Okay. I opened the little box.
It's okay. It's all good. Here.
Two.
So, okay, guys, 32 minutes and 41 seconds. Spike asks, signing out. Peace to the world on the
And
Sabbath.
done.
You guys have fun. Be good. COVID virus.
Okay, now I
Social
want to, right?
distancing. Wear your mask when you're around people. Wash your hands. Listen to Anthony Fauci. Vote for Joe Biden. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye-bye.